I would like to say that the most dangerous thing in your 20s is not failure, it's comfort. And the system is designed to make you comfortable on purpose. When you are in your 20s, I think even more than chasing success, try as much as possible not to get trapped. Because here's what almost every young person in their 20s do: they take a safe job, get a paycheck, buy a car, sign a lease, and upgrade their lifestyle in general. And in reality, this feels like winning, right? 5 years later, these people find out that they couldn't quit their job even though they wanted to because their current bills demanded that job. And now the job owned their life. But that's not freedom. That's a golden cage with a good salary. If you've ever read the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, the poor dad said, work hard, stay loyal, and you'll be taken care of. But the rich dad said, the more you depend on a paycheck, the less control you have. And one of them died still working, but the other lived on his own terms. I'll leave you to guess which one. However, here's a final thought I would like you to consider. I know many of you are not going to agree with me on this. But then, your 20s are not basically for getting rich, even if you do. And I'm not trying to limit how far you can go. But don't forget that most importantly, your 20s are for getting educated and building before life gets expensive. Losing 5,000 at age 25 is tuition, but losing 5,000 at age 45 is crisis. And you see that window where mistakes are affordable, it closes faster than you think. So stop asking, how do I make more money? Start asking, how do I stop needing permission to live? Get assets before a lifestyle. Learn before you earn. Freedom comes before comfort. Because by the time most people feel ready, they are already trapped by bills, pressure, and fear. People who understand this in their 20s live differently when they get to their 30s. But those who choose comfort will ultimately become too expensive to take risks. Don't forget to save this before your next safe decision. Share, follow, subscribe on whatever medium you are using to watch this. But then I'm entitled to what I say, you are entitled to how you understand.